Hey, it's another Tuesday. I want to welcome you guys to Moments of Clarity. I'm so excited. I'm so appreciative that you've taken time out of your day to come hang out with your boy CT3. I'm so grateful. We are continuing our creative series. And I'm just fortunate enough to have one of my good buddies, one of my good friends. He's hilarious. He's an amazing singer too. So we're gonna chop up with him, catch up with him. He's talk about some of his music and some things he has coming up. I'm just excited. So listen, tune in, strap in, lean in as we chop up today with my homeboy Kevin Gray on this episode of Moments of Clarity. Let's go. Hey, and we're live today, and I'm so excited to have my boy in the hot seat. What's up, Kevin Gray?
The hot seat already, huh?
It's already hot, bro. How are you, man?
What's up, bro?
How you doing, bro?
Man, I can't complain. Just another day to be alive, so I'm grateful for that. That was
That's
my
what's-
churchy intro, right? Lift those dirty hands. Come on.
Right. Man, that's good. That's good, man. So, man, you're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're a producer, you're an arranger, man. You do so much stuff, and I'm just happy to have you a part of this creative series. This creative series has a hashtag, and the hashtag is artists at heart. And you definitely are a artist at heart. And so I'm just grateful, man, that you're in my circle. I'm just grateful to call you friend, man.
Absolutely.
And so we've known each other probably like 10, 12, 15 years.
It's been a while, dude.
It's been a minute, bro.
Yeah.
And so we met in Chicago at Salem Baptist Church. Where you were working in the youth department, which is dope. You were wrecking it over there. So tell me about your experience, even at Salem during that time.
Oh man, Salem was an amazing experience. I was kind of in between jobs, and it was funny because God like blessed me with a 9 to 5, and then literally like the same day I got the job at Salem. So it was just a pleasure to work with. I've been leading worship for years, but I had never really led for a youth church or a youth team. So that was a super dope experience. And what I love about that is I still have some of those relationships today with those young people. I mean, they grew up like in front of my eyes, but it's just amazing to be able to work with them and then to see them now doing all these incredible things. So shout out to the Salem youth praise and worship team. We was bad.
Yeah, man. Yeah, those were some great days, man. And so many great creative artists you were able to mentor through that particular process, man. So big ups to you, man. I appreciate what you do. There are so many people that admire you vocally for what you do. Your tone, that raspy foolishness that you have going on, all that
Not foolishness.
all that good foolishness, Doc, that's going on. So we're gonna dive in. We're gonna talk about some of your music. But before we get into your music, I want to just ask you another question. I know it's similar to the one I asked you initially, but I wanted to ask you from a different perspective. Being a black man in America, man, how are you doing?
Man, I have my days. I honestly do. I'm a pretty optimistic guy, so I usually always see the light at the end of the tunnel, or I don't even see the tunnel. I just see light. So I'm pretty faith driven. So I'm always trying to like look for the brightest perspective. But I'll tell you, I've had my days. I've had my emotional times. I've had my times where it's like, do not talk to me, anyone, because I'm at that point. And for me, what I have to do is I really have to just really consider how God initially views me. And that really helps me to kind of like build my faith back up, because it's tough, man, when you know that people just hate you just because you are walking down the street, and I'm 6'1", kind of, meaty. So I automatically get that, walk across the street or grab my purse or, what is he going to do to me? And if you allow that to weigh on you, it can really like affect, just your perspective on life. And I'm super confident in who God made me to be. So I always refer back to that. And then I have to detox sometimes from like social media, and I don't really watch news. My dad is my news, so he tells me literally every story. Shout out to my dad. I think he's watching, him and my mom. Love you guys. But you know, I have to detox. I have to, you know, really go back to the original blueprint and who created me, and then that builds me up, and then I can get back on, and I'm cool.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
get that, man, and big ups, and we all need to do that. It's so important that we unplug not just from the crazy stuff that's going on in the world with the
right.
news, but just sometimes you just need to unplug from life and just like, hey,
Absolutely.
let me tend to my mental health today. We talk
Absolutely.
about that so it's so very important. We talk about it a lot on this platform. The importance of being intentional about unplugging from the social norms and get into you for a couple of days
Yeah.
and connect with your inner self and constantly develop that person to be the the best version of you that you can possibly be. So that's something that we talk about a lot on this platform. So I thank you for bringing it up. That's real rap. That's real rap, bro.
Absolutely.
And then we have Jamie Simon in the building as always. What's up, Jay
My
Simon?
dude.
Hey, Jay Simon, man, appreciate you, bro.
Man,
Yeah, appreciate you
that's
so
a
much.
monster. That's a monster. I've looked up to Jamie since I was like, we were both yay high. He wasn't real to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just
Right,
like, how are you singing like that and you literally just finished putting your bottle down? Like,
right,
I couldn't understand. I tried to do something like that and fell on my face. So I had
right.
to go away a couple of years and get polished. But Jamie came out the womb like just
Dude, he came
amazing.
out.
Like,
Dude, he came out with that butter.
mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, just amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's an amazing gift. So today I want to talk with you, man. You have so much great music. There's a lot of music that people know about that you put out. But then there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that are not familiar with their music. So a lot of you, y'all in for a treat today. Kevin Gray is a vocal machine. You hear me?
Oh
And you're
man.
gonna get a taste of some of that on some of this foolishness I'm about to play. I want to dive into the first song that's on my list, and it sort of kind of piggybacks on what we just got finished talking about the importance of you unplugging from a lot of social stuff, and then sort of kind of tapping into you, and then realizing, hey, man, God's been good to me. I have to stay in that spot a minute and just constantly build myself up in that space. So the first song I want to chop about is "He's Been Good to Me." So
Woo!
tell me about where you were, sort of kind of when you start writing and having that
Mm.
concept for that song.
You know, some songs you just know like exactly when and where. And I remember when Corey Keys Martin, shout out to Keys, my first producer, was my best friend. We built each other together and came into this game together. But I remember when I was driving, I think I was like I kind of actually remember like 147 in like the last year in Chicago. And I remember him sending me the track, and I was playing it, and this was back in CD era, and I played
Oh
it, and I was
no.
just like, "Yo!" Like I was like banging. I'm like, "This is it!" Like I just knew instantly. And for me, that's where I'm at even today with music. It's been a long time since I put out a full record, and a few years since I put out any singles or anything. But for me, it's like it has to speak to me, and that's always been that way since the beginning. So, and it's easy to write like when you connect with the music, when it's just like right there, it's just like in your face. And I just started like killing a song in the car. I knew what I wanted to do, and it was like a no brainer. It was crazy.
That's what's up, guys. So if you've never heard this song before, get ready. It's going down as we vibe to "He's Been Good to Me." It's a groove. I'm telling you, it's a
It's my
party all by
joy.
itself. Let's go. Keys, what you doing, dude? I can't even tell the whole story now. Yeah. Been real good, real good. I can't even tell the whole story now. Yeah. Been real good, real good. Nobody knows but me the behind the scenes story. How you came and rescued me out of a life of misery. How you came and changed my walk and the icky wicky way that I talk. How you never ever, 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 never ever leave me. Listen here, man. Listen, that foolishness right there, bro. That is foolishness.
That's my joy. I can't sing that no more, bro. I be doing all ballads now. That was, in the early 20s, you could get away with that. I can't do that no
more. Man, that's a dope little grind. It's a dope groove, man. It's just a party all by itself, man. Every time I hear that song, it's like, oh, shut everything down. It's going down. I promise you. I'm gonna at least get me about 1,000 steps in. At least, man. So, dude, you're definitely an artist at heart, man. And I wanted to talk to you about this song that you have that most people may not know about, and it's called "A Good Man." So, tell me about that song. Let's chop up a little bit about that. "Good Man."
"Good Man" was actually one of the first songs that I got any type of notoriety for. People who used to follow me like on MySpace back in the day, like when there was no iTunes, when it was just CD Baby and you had to buy, like that's when I kind of came into the game. So the internet was just kind of like popping then. And it's so funny because "Good Man" wasn't even for me initially. Corey and I, we were writing and producing some songs for a group in Detroit, for a male group in Detroit. And that was one of the songs. And when we were going up there for that weekend, they called like a couple of days and said, no, we don't, we're going to have to reschedule. They never called back. So Corey and I was like, well, why don't we just put something out? And so we did. And that was one of the songs that, just kind of started, traveling around and starting being, noted, for. But it's a really good song about just that there are so many good men left in the world. I know we get a bad rap, you see it on the news, you see it in movies, you see it sometimes even in your own family, you are looked upon as a bad man. But, for me, I had to stand up for the brothers and men everywhere. There are good men, all over the world. And I just wanted to write a song to commemorate that. So that's kind of where that inspiration came from, and yeah, that's my joint. And so "Good Man" 2011, which is the one I think you're gonna play, is a reprise of the original one back in 2002. So I wanted to tackle it again in 2011 with Jamel Kimbrough, who is another one of my brothers who took my career to yet another level, who created all types of music with me. And so he's the one that reproduced that song. So yeah,
that's what's up, and I think that's a great message. Obviously, at the end of the day, good guys. The popular tag phrase is "good guys finish last."
Right.
But I have a chapter in my book, and the chapter is the theme of that chapter. Oh, somebody turned up. Hold on one second. Let me cut this thing down. I had a Chris Brown moment. Anyway, no, somebody no. So there's a whole chapter of my book, and it's titled "Good Guys Finish." Not last, but good guys finish stuff.
I love that.
Good guys get things done. Good guys are the real superheroes, and good guys make the world better. Obviously,
yeah.
So I mean, I thank you, man. That's a great theme, and so let's listen to a little bit of "A Good Man."
Awesome.
Seems that all my life I heard this one thing, that there were no good men left around. On the radio and TV programs, we were portrayed as dirty and low down. But I gotta defend my brothers everywhere. Not all of us like what the news says. We really care. Professional, educated, committed and dedicated to the Lord. Our babies, our families. A good man is what I am, man. What I am, man. God made me. and saw that I was good. She saw that I was good. Whether I be rich or whether I be poor, God doesn't judge me. He loves me much more, much more. So to all my brothers.
Listen, sir. Stop it with the foolishness.
And that was the original one you played, so that was like the one. I was the one, man.
It's so much good ear candy, man. So I always talk about the importance of unplugging and finding your inspiration. So
Yeah.
where do you find inspirations to write music like that?
You know, experiences. I think for me, I've been in this hodgepodge, if you will, of genres for years where, heck, I didn't even know what type of artist I was. You know, do I fall under gospel? Do I fall under R&B? Do I fall under inspiration, soul? You know, I used to get a bad rap about, you know, you don't put Jesus in your music and you don't say the name of Jesus. I was like, but I'm speaking from a relational aspect. So I'm always talking like, you know, I'm in it, you know? And so that's just the way that I choose to write, from the experiences. And I want to show people like how it is to live with God in this world, in this life. And it's a relationship. So it's ups and downs, it's ins and outs, it is disappointments, it's high times. And for me, I just like to write from my heart, write from my experience. So what I do love about my music is that I have songs to fit so many different subjects, because I write sometimes based on kind of what's happening, you know, in the world, and I pen it. And then to me, that's how you make timeless music, because there's going to always be, you know, certain crazy situations that your music can relate to. So
That's dope, man. That's dope.
yeah.
So tell me about a song that probably has inspired you the most that you wrote and maybe recorded. Like one of them songs is like, hey, when I sing this song, be ready. It's about to go down. I'm gonna tap in somewhere.
Probably the most song that people know me for is Nobody Else in My Ear. That song, even to this day, is so special because I remember being out of work. I remember sitting on my couch. I remember not really knowing which way to go, not knowing where I fit in musically anymore. I had so many different things that were happening at one time. And I remember just, you know, hearing God's voice, and that brought me so much peace. And I just started writing and hearing music and just pinned the song. And that has been like my life mandate. Like, I don't want anybody else in my ear, because when other people get in your ear, your direction of your destiny can change. You can end up in places that you did not intend. So I'm super conscious about who I let in my space and who I let speak into my life. And really, it's like, God, you have the final say, the first say, you know, all the say. And so that song, Nobody Else in My Ear, is just, even to this day, and it's barking on God, 10, 12, 13 years almost since I first wrote it and recorded it. So it's just, that is my heart song, even to this day.
And man, it is a dope song, man. And that's one of those songs that I think will definitely stand the test of time for you as an artist, man. It just speaks to the heart of everything. It speaks to what we talked about even the importance of tending to yourself. You know, when you do that self-care moment, you're trying to get in tune with you, but also in you're getting in tune with you. You can't get in tune with you fully without getting in tune with God.
Absolutely.
And so all that is a great connection where you sort of kind of black out everything else and everybody else. Man, it's just such a dope idea and such a dope concept, man. And so let's play a little bit of Nobody Else in My Ear. This song, all right, y'all be ready. I'm telling you.
I don't even know what to say.
Man.
Always seem to brighten my day. Ever since you came in my life, there's been a smile. And I don't know where would I go And I don't know where would I be. Yeah. I don't think I can survive on my own. Yeah, that's why all I need is you in my life. Yeah. Crystal clear, nobody else in my ear. All I need is you in my life. It is you. Always make everything clear. I don't want nobody else in my ear. No. See everything.
All that foolishness, bruh.
That's my joint,
Man,
man.
dude,
That's
that
my
song
joint.
is it's good. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. It's a good meditational song. It's a
Yes.
great way to help you obviously get a visual of the importance of like let me just uh, unplug and get
Absolutely.
everything clear my mind because this is all I want to hear. All I want to hear is from you, God. Good
Yeah.
job, sir. That song there.
Appreciate it, man.
That yeah, that's gonna be a legacy one right there, boy. That one that definitely stands. Actually, every song we played so far, do got that thing on it. That
Oh
thing got a
man,
thing on it.
thank you. That's the goal to for me it's like music changes so much, but I love how back in the day the classics, you still singing Stevie Wonder songs, you still singing Whitney songs, you still singing Marvin Gaye. What's going on a billion years later is still relevant, and for me, like that's
Absolutely.
I want music that's gonna stand that test of time. Like on Aaron's project, timeless music. That's important to make. I don't want to bop and then you just bop out.
Right. No, I feel you.
Yeah.
So tell me, so with all these great songs you've written, tell me some artists that are that have inspired you over the
Well,
years.
everyone, if they don't know, they should. If you've ever followed any one of my posts within the last probably 15 years, Brandy is a huge influence on my life, my world. She's my muse. Before her, I used to call her. So, like, Brandy is everything for me. Kim Burrell, of course, like my first teacher. I call her the dean. Like Kim is goals. When I listen to her, I'm just like, okay, let me just start a painting business. I'm going to just start, creating crafts because I don't want to sing anymore. Like it's just, it's amazing to be able to see that. So she's literally like, at the top for me. And then Dawkins and Dawkins, Eric and Anson.
Oh
I mean,
yes.
I would not be, and I've said this in so many interviews over the last 15 years, 20 years, I would not be who I am if it weren't for Dawkins and Dawkins. Because I was going in, it's crazy, funny story. I was going in a very jazzy, route when I kind of first started. Everything was like real choppy and doing all these, riffs and stuff. And I remember one day hearing them on the radio. And I was like, who are they? And I waited to the very end for them to like say who it was. I think it was 98. It had to be 98. And I found out who they were, and I literally like submerged myself in their music. It's like they are urban, royalty. They are the urban, our leaders. I joke with them all the time. I'm fortunate to actually know them. And when I met them, I fanned out for real. I was just like, whoa. And I think you should fan out when you meet the people who influence
Inspire
you.
you.
Like
Absolutely.
it's like, dude, you've made such an impact, and they are just incredible. So those three are the triune of me. But of course, Daryl Coley, growing up to see a male do the things that like
Man.
normally were reserved for females, like to be able to use your voice like that, Daryl just broke it, and I was
Yeah.
like, just forever indebted to people like him. And Fred Hammond was another one. So, but yeah, Kim, Brandy, and Dawkins and Dawkins are like who I am as a singer, and as an artist.
Man, and those all of them are just crazy staples and they are whole universities all by themselves.
Oh my God, dude.
if you want to learn and go to school and just, I mean, really get your chops right, it's just
Yep.
like, what's happening? First of all, you're gonna be blown away. But then, if you stick around long enough, you can just like, man, that is amazing that you heard that because I couldn't hear
Crazy.
that.
And
And
executed it. That's the thing.
yeah,
They execute the things that they think about, and it's done in excellence. And that's, for me, that's why I like artists like that, because they ain't sliding. No, no shade to anybody, but I like detail. I like, if that's the note you're supposed to hit it. And all of
please hit
those
that
three
note.
artists, don't get me to preaching on that, because I do my singers posts, and people know I go in on my singers. I hit those notes. Thank you. Amen.
Please hit those notes. Yes.
Please, they're there for a reason. No note
Right.
left behind. That's a Bible scripture somewhere.
That's right. That's right. That's real though. That's
It's
real, man.
real.
That's real. So, being an artist, being a creative, obviously you draw inspiration from a lot of different places. Give me a life lesson that you've learned in your life and how you've incorporated it into your artistry.
Never, ever, ever question your unique ability.
Yeah.
For me, I don't. One of the things I detest are those pick one and then leave the other ones, or I don't like those type of things, because it gets you into this world of competing and comparison. Um, and for me, I'm just me. I've been me since the very beginning. I don't look over into anyone else's yard, because there may be a big dog over there waiting to like bite your head off. So I tend to my own grass and my own yard. And I think for me, that's just been my life. I walk that way in that confidence of, what God has blessed me with, He intended for me to have it. And to me, it's a slap in the face when you question that, when you throw your gift back to God and say, like, I wish I was like someone else. It's a slap in his face, because He took time to create you and to give you all these abilities. So that's kind of how I walk. It's like no comparison, no competing. I'm gonna just be me.
No, I think that's very, very important, Kevin. It's very, very important because
Yeah.
I try to, as I'm coaching and coaching creatives, I say this a lot on this platform that your vocal pattern is just as unique as your thumbprint or your fingerprint.
Yes.
And so that's why your voice matters. There's nobody on the earth that sounds like you. There's nobody else that can do what your vocal, your all the vocal acrobats. People can imitate you all day,
Yeah.
but they'll never be able to get your actual voice pattern because that's uniquely yours. And
Yes.
that's why you shouldn't be intimidated by anybody's ability to do what they do, because they do what they do. But hey, you do what you do too, boo. And you
Absolutely.
shouldn't neglect your ability because you feel like somebody else is better. That is only a bad frame of mind, because you'll be surprised, and I find this to be true. Some of the most amazing singers that I admire and that I come in contact with, that and if they hear something that I'm saying, they're like, dude, you killed that. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. So it's actually a false thing that we have. And I think what people admire about anybody's vocal ability is the uniqueness in it. And
Yes.
so, that's what I always admire about every artist I've had on this platform and every artist I will have on this platform is that y'all got that uniqueness that I can appreciate. And you are walking that with confidence. And that's obviously an encouragement for any other artist that aspires to do what you do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hats off, bro. Good, good,
Thank
good.
you, man.
That's a great response. Great response. So, I wanted this other song that I so appreciate you so much because I brought you to California for my birthday event in
You
2000. I
did.
think that was like 16, I believe.
16. Yep.
Yeah, and man, I was waiting in the back of this spot, man. I was waiting patiently, and of course, I enjoy all your music, so I'm jumping around, turning up. But I was like, wait, my birthday gift is coming up
Wait.
soon.
Yeah.
I could not wait for you to sing this song, man. And it's one of my favorite songs that you have, man. And you already know the name of it. So tell me the space that you were in when you penned this groove, man. This groove, it never ends, bro. It
Yeah.
never ends. I can literally put this song on and have it on rotation for like 2 hours and never get stressed out about it
Yeah.
being playing because it's such a groove. It never freaking ends. So the groove is banging, and then you throwing all that crazy throat gold on there. It's a win-win, bro. So tell me where you were when you penned that joint.
So this song, "Nothing Without You," is from my second full record, the So Fresh album. And it's funny because it's a part two to a song that was on my first project called Just the Beginning. Or I've just begun, sorry. Too many projects. I've just begun had a song called I Don't Know. And so I wanted to do kind of like a part two to that. And so Nothing Without You came about, and we ended up, this is another Keys and KG masterpiece. We kind of just merged the two together. But it's just a simple song. Like literally, I can't do anything without God. Like people say like all the time, like, man, you're an amazing singer. You can just do all these things. I'm like, yo, without him though, yeah, it's not pretty, you know. So I really, you know, and I work hard. So it's not that I don't work hard. I do work hard. Practice makes permanent. So I'm this way because I work hard. I don't want people to think it's like magic. No, he gives you a gift and you have to, you know, work it. So I work
You
super
got to
hard on
develop,
it.
right?
You have to develop. You have to,
Yep.
you know, hone your craft. And but if it wasn't for his inspiration, I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do. So I'm truly like dust, like legit dust without him. You know, wipe me up and that's it. You know, I'm done.
That's what's up. So this is, man. Okay, so we probably gonna listen to more than 30 seconds of this one because it just gets me in a good spot, man. So this is Nothing Without You, man. Lord have mercy. Here we go.
Oh no.
Sir,
Nothing without you. Nothing without you. Nothing without you. There's nobody like you. Nobody like you. I can't even breathe. Can't even find the right key to say. Yeah. Nothing without you.
sir, listen here. This foolishness right here, bruh. That song is chocked full of just good ear candy, good vibes.
Mhm.
Um, I can literally have that song on repeat and just drive the coast and just be like, "Let's go, we out here in the streets."
Yeah.
It's a good one today. So
Hmm.
man, so thank you so much for that offering, dude. That's one of my favorite songs, dog.
Thank you, bro.
It
Appreciate
goes hard every single time, and it never gets old, man. So I think you had a prayer that you wanted to write timeless music, man, and man, you honor God and the fact that man, it's this stuff that you got out here, man, is pretty timeless.
it.
It's pretty
Appreciate it,
timeless.
man.
Yeah, it's
This
pretty
is the
timeless.
goal.
I cannot get enough of that song. It puts me in a good space, man. Puts me in a good space. It doesn't matter if someone frustrated me and got me really upset. And even if I had a huff puff and cuss session,
Gossip. Listen.
that song will bring me right on back. So man, thank you so much for that offer, man. So talk to me, Kevin. So what are you working on music now? What are your plans? I know Thug Rona got all of us sort of kind of shut down.
I just turned Roman Catholic really quick. You know, the number one question is that I get probably every day, like no lie, is when are you coming out with brand new music? When are you coming out with brand new music? You know, we gotta see what's gonna happen. I'm in a very, I won't say weird space. If anybody has ever been an artist, you know that you have to really have a passion for it, because the industry is brutal. Like the music industry and the music business is extremely tough, right? And yeah, you really just have to have the passion for it. For me, a lot of people don't know that it was really not my intent to be an artist. Like I told you before, that those early songs weren't even for me. I thought that I could put out music without being an artist. I just wanted to record music and put it out into the world. I never in a million years dreamed that someone would want to hear me sing live and then it would be like a thing. Like it just turned into a thing, and I never really kind of signed up for it. I loved when I was in it because it's afforded me the ability to travel, you know, the world, the country, you know, so I'm super appreciative of the contributions that I've been able to make. Um, Said all that to say, you really have to be passionate about being an artist. Um, I'm in this space now where I don't want to just release music, but I want to really create a body of work that's going to sit in your lap, like that's going to sit on your chest, you know, that after a week you won't just be ready to go to the next one, you know, and that takes time. It really does. It really takes time to do that. So you know, we'll see what happens. I honestly can't tell you when. I have been writing though. I have been writing um, quite frequently, and music is coming. But I don't want to put a date on it because I've done that so many times in the past, and you know, fans probably that are no longer fans are disappointed because they're looking for it and it's not there. But I have tons of music on the internet that you can listen to, tons of features that you can listen to until that time. But one day, one day.
No, I get that, and I know the importance of one finding music, one that connects with you, and that connects to where you are. That's very, very important to every creative.
Yeah,
We don't want to just put music out just be putting music all out. Obviously, if that's the case, we actually could.
we could.
I think, and I always say this to creatives that a lot of creatives get sort of kind of intimidated with their own writing and stuff they produce, but I try to encourage creatives that to know that you can't create anything wrong or
Mm,
bad, and because you just can't. I mean,
yeah,
that would be an indictment against the creator, right?
yeah,
So you can't create anything bad at all. None of us can create anything bad. It now stuff we create may have an acquired taste,
sure.
and somebody will probably or somebody could be inspired by it or inspired to do something with it, whatever. So I've learned, and I've been coaching for the last 10 years, the importance of understanding that you can't create anything wrong or anything that's bad.
Yeah,
I think some, especially some music that I write or that I've written, I realize, oh, okay, cool. I probably want to collaborate with somebody on this one, just to further that message or further what I want to communicate, whatever, if the words aren't coming to me at the moment. But none of it is bad. And
yeah,
so that's helped me to get in the space more to record and release, because I'm in a prep releasing season as well, when it concerns music. And you write all types of music, man. So
yeah.
you write R&B stuff or you write love songs. So why do you think a lot of religious people have issues with creatives being free to create?
I think you said it. Religious. You know, religion can be a beautiful thing, but it can also be a very bad thing at the same time. Um, Again, going back to my song, I really don't care what anybody else thinks except for God. I really, really don't. And the thing is, I'm a PK, right? Like born and bred a PK. My grandfather was a pastor. My father was a pastor. So I've been like born in the church. And it's interesting that my parents, as you know, holy as they are and were, like we were allowed to listen to all types of music. So I grew up listening to R&B like it was nothing wrong with it. And I think that's kind of like what helped shape my style because, you know, I didn't fit into the churchy, you know, I knew that I didn't fit there per se. So when I came out there in Chicago's known for a gospel city, right?
Right.
I came into the game and nobody was doing urban music in Chicago. Like literally at the time, it was like obscure. So I would be on all these programs with these choirs and, and worship, which really wasn't even that big at that time. And then I would come with, they would have full bands, and I would come out with a little CD track. It would skip all the time. And I would just have to like stand there and just like flat foot sell it, like just go for it, So for me, the opinion of people, it's 7 billion people in the world. So if those 10 million people don't get it, there's a lot of people that will. And for me, God gives us freedom to be creative. You know what I'm saying? And creativity cannot be confined in a box.
Right.
Which is why I kind of hate genres, because it's like,
I hate them.
I don't know what the heck I am.
Right.
I just sing. I've sang my songs in clubs and been able to minister to people, and people have gotten free, and some people listen to it and they get a different response. I ain't even say, but they get a different response when they listen to my music. But hey, that's whatever you want to do. I want to reach people, but it's, you can't really be concerned with the opinions of people. I really think you have to seek what he says, and if he's good with it. And God told me a long time he loves my voice. That's all I need to hear. Everybody else, good night. And right. My parents love me, so.
No, that's a real space to be in, and you are. We share those sentiments. I really do hate genres only because the idea of a creative is to be freely. So I should be able to freely express who I am creatively. Some days I am talking about God. Sometimes I'm talking about nature. Sometimes I'm talking about an emotional roller coaster that I may have been in or out of. Sometimes I talk about sex, and it's just. But that's a part of the. But I guess my frustration with people and their basic mentality is all of these are the human experience. All of that stuff I just listed is the entire human experience, and so creatives have to be free to express the human experience. And I just made up my mind a long time ago. I won't be boxed in because people are boxed. I'm gonna live outside the box because that's where God lives.
Yeah, I love it.
And that's sometimes that I could be some, an annoyance to religious people because I've always lived outside that box and I've always been trying to push those walls down. And now that I'm outside the box in real life, ain't no turning back. I won't turn back. I won't turn back, man.
No.
So we said a lot of cool things today on this particular podcast. So thank you for being a part of it. What would you say to someone that aspires to be in the industry? I know you talked about the struggles that does come with the industry because, again, I think I try to encourage creatives as you are honing in on your craft, your ability, you have to also learn some of this business too.
All of it.
And I know a lot of creatives just want to be in the clouds and want to be creative. Listen, you better come on back to this earth, what his business is, because his business is where that money is going to come from. So you have to know the business. You have to understand that business. I would say, even before you seek management, know the business enough that you can manage all this stuff by yourself. And you only get ready for management when it's beyond your ability to manage it.
Yeah.
Not because you don't know your business.
I think you're hitting the nail on the head. It's a business.
Yeah.
And I think once you realize that, it really helps you to navigate. Here's another thing I tell people all the time: don't be bullied into being an artist if you're just a great singer. Some people are just great singers. Some people are just local, and there's nothing wrong with being local. Like, for the life of me, I can't ever understand why people hate the term local. You have to, go through your own to get, outside to another place. And there's nothing wrong if you are simplistically a local singer. There's nothing wrong with that. Just because you sing doesn't mean that you have to be an artist. Like, we get bullied. Like, you lead worship one time and you're in the studio the next day and you're releasing this, one song, and you have all this, hype around it, and then you don't do anything else. And so I always tell people to make sure this is what you really are called to do. You may be called to be behind the scenes. I love behind the scenes. I love background work. I love BGVs. I love being in the studio. So I love all that kind of stuff. I don't have to be on the stage. I love the stage. I love singing live and all of that, but I love writing more than I love singing. So I can be behind the scenes, so I think you really have to figure out really where your heart is and then go with that. Don't be bullied just because you have a beautiful gift, because you'll end up somewhere, miserable, knowing the business and all, and miserable because you're not in your spot. And that's one of the things that I wake up every morning. I know I'm in the right spot. I know what I am supposed to do. I know where I fit in the world. You know what I'm saying? That's very fortunate of me to have figured that out so many years ago. So my entire adult life has been on that track of knowing who I am, where I fit, and what I'm not supposed to do. So it made me kind of like divert a lot of, routes that weren't for me. So, I tell people, find what you're supposed to do. You may not even do music. You may have that ability, but you may, thrive in finance. That may be where you're supposed to be, and you have to really just come to terms with, just where your space is.
I think that's spot on, man. I think it's so important. And as I'm coaching creatives, I think one of the things that I think every creative has to be, because I know you said that, maybe you're a singer, but you're not an artist. And, I can go either way with that. Because, well, I would say everybody's a creative in their own right.
Sure.
And I think once we understand that we all are creative, that is that's the essence of God in its truest form, right? That we are creative, and everybody is a creative to some extent,
Yep.
in some form or another. The force is stronger.
Hold on. Don't go there. Don't go there. That's literally my favorite movie of all time. So please don't.
But it's real. The force is stronger. Is stronger in some than others. But we
True.
all are creatives, and I think
Everyone.
that's still a different perspective, because what I say may be stronger. It's still strong. Like for instance, you're a strong singer, but Gordon Ramsay is a strong cook and a strong
Yeah.
chef. That's still creative.
Absolutely.
And so I think we just have to assess our abilities, find out what it is that we do very, very well, and stick to those things, and then
Yep.
fall in love with your life experience, whatever that looks like.
Yep.
That's the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. Fall in love. It is your individualistic journey. That's the
Mhm.
beautiful thing about it,
Yep.
that Kevin, your journey is not like anybody else's journey, and my journey is not like anybody else's journey. And it's great that in this life journey that I find a partner and a friend like Kevin, that hey, we have some things in common,
Yeah.
so we can share some of this journey together as friends and colleagues, and that space. But we definitely have to fall in love with our life journey and our life experience.
Yep.
And I think that's been the thing that has hindered a lot of creatives, because they
Mhm.
don't fall in love with their life experience or with their life journey. I
Yeah.
want to encourage you today, fall in love with it. We all have
Absolutely.
hiccups. We all have bad spaces. The good thing about a new day is that if you jacked up yesterday, you can get today right. So you
Listen
don't
here.
have to beat yourself up over yesterday. What didn't happen, what could have happened, what should have happened. You have today. All you have is now. Embrace it. Fall in love with. I don't even think there are mistakes, Kevin. Do you believe in mistakes?
No, here's my thing. I have flaws, right? But I don't allow anybody to hold me hostage to those flaws, because those flaws are what creates my total story. You
Right.
have to have any great story has a plot, right? And it's a thick plot when it has all these twists and turns and keeps you on the edge of your seat. I don't want to see a movie that's just, highlighting the sunshine. Boring.
Right.
Give
That's
me
real.
some rain. Give me some hurricanes. Give me somebody running for cover. Give me somebody,
Absolutely.
trying to figure it out and messing up and getting back up. So for me, they're not flaws because I don't allow you to hold me hostage. My past is a part of it's a part of me. It's a part of what makes me. You can't hold me hostage to, anything that I've done, because I've been forgiven. So I live my life that way, not in a reckless sense of like, get out of my way, I'll do what I want to do. But you can't create a narrative for me. I won't allow anybody to do that.
That's right.
Family, friends, ministry leaders, you cannot do that. So I don't find them to be flawed. It's just like, it's a part of my voice cracks all the time.
Right.
Every single time I sing, it cracks. And I started learning how to crack on key, so that even the cracks, tend to work out for my favor. You know what I'm saying? So you can take your flaws and make them into the beautiful fruit that they're supposed to be.
Man, that is great advice, and it's so real. I think
Yeah.
that's just great stuff, man. Great ear candy is great information, and that's just the real, man. So man, listen, dude, you are such a dope soul. You're such a dope creative, and I so enjoy our times that we do get a chance to chop up and
Yes, sir.
laugh, whether we're talking about music or just being silly or just whatever. I always enjoy our times of connecting, and this has been even great, man. So I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to be a part of Moments of Clarity, man. Any final thoughts before we vibe into this video that's going to lay everybody out, including yourself?
Man, I just want to thank you. You have always been an inspiration for innovation. And whether or not, you will understand your impact. You know what I'm saying? But you have been such an innovative person, and innovation takes balls. It really does. It takes you guts. It takes, fervency, and you've always had that. You've always been able to put the blinders on. And I don't always see like what goes on behind the scenes, because I know may second guess yourself, but you still do it. And that's kind of one of the things that I like to live by, doing it afraid. I'm gonna do it. I'm afraid, but it's gonna get done. And I think that's been your life, and I think that's why you're always super successful in the things that you do and the platforms that you provide. So I just want to say thank you for being the innovator that you are, and you're my brother. I love you, man.
Bro, you mess with my tear glands. Don't do that.
It's a little, a little dust, little allergies.
I know. Let me grab this Benadryl, man. I'm struggling.
That's what it is. It's allergies. That's all it is.
Man, it's the smog from the wildfires. It's getting to
There
me.
we
We out here
go.
in
We're on the
Cali.
West Coast, so it's get my water.
So I mean, I love what you just said. The innovation takes balls. It's real, man.
It
And
does.
I appreciate that. That's real. It does take a level of just I'm gonna do it whether you like it or not. I'm doing it because it's what I feel passionate about. And I
Yeah.
think you do have to get to a place of maturation where you trust yourself.
Yeah.
But I think that goes back to falling in love with your life experience. And so you
Yes.
trust your gut, because I realized my gut hadn't failed me yet.
Yeah.
Hadn't failed me yet. And so I understand that my first mind obviously is my divine mind. And
Yeah.
I understand that, I understand and become sort of kind of in tune with it. And so when I'm feeling pressed to do something, I just develop a Nike attitude. It's like, let's figure it out, let's get it done.
Yeah.
So man, I appreciate that. That actually that meant a lot. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about this last. Oh man, this one is going to take us out today, literally
My
in every
latest
way. We,
baby.
we,
My
we, we're
latest
going to
baby.
end the
Yeah.
show with this particular song. And man, yeah, it's going to take you in. So we may listen to the whole thing because it's just that good. So, Kevin Gray, talk to me about this song that we're about to listen to.
So I wrote a post. I'm very active on Facebook. Everybody knows that. But I wrote a post 4 years ago, and it said, "One day you will heal, and that's all you will remember." And I got all of these, likes and comments, and people were just like going in. I was like, "Oh, that sounds like a song," right? And I started like hearing the melody. I heard the melody first, and I was sitting at my table, and I was like, "I want someone to produce this." And literally, Jason Shepard from Chicago, now LA,
Yeah.
dropped in my spirit. That's my Scorpio brother, like Jason. That's my boy. And I called him, and I was like, "Bro, I want you to produce this song for me." And I was like, I have the, kind of like a demo or reference. I'm going to send it to you. Send it to him. He instantly connected, and everything literally probably within a month and a half just came together.
Wow.
But it is a heart song for me. because a lot of times we focus on, the trauma. And I know right now we're going through a lot of traumatic times, but I really believe that one day we will heal and we won't remember the trauma anymore. We won't remember the pain. Women have testified to say that, giving birth is one of the most excruciating, experiences ever, but there's such great joy after. And a lot of times they don't even feel the pain anymore because they're looking at, their prize. They're looking at what they accomplished, what they brought into the world. And so I just want to encourage people, like, I know what you're feeling now, but one day healing is all you're going to remember. You won't even remember going through the pain. You'll just remember the recovery period. So that's where that song came from, and I pray that it blesses people. Shout out to my boy Jason Shepard for production, and Jonah Brooks on guitar, and Lil Man on drums, and Thaddeus on bass. Like, it was just an amazing experience.
Man, that's a beautiful thought. It's a beautiful idea, and I think you're so spot on, and that's why this song is so relevant for even right now. There is a lot of traumatic stuff that's going on in our country, and but then even beyond the trauma of the Cray and the political system, and our social systems, and our judicial system, all that trauma. A lot of people have individual trauma as well,
Yes.
and so you think about trauma on trauma on trauma on trauma. That is a lot to process and to have to deal with. And so my heart really goes out to just people in general.
Yes.
For anybody that's decided to, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give tomorrow another shot. And so my heart goes out to you, and I'm constantly thinking about humanity when I'm in these spaces. And your personal trauma, I just want to say this: your personal trauma may not be your fault. It may not be your fault. The trauma that someone else caused you, it may not be your fault. I'm speaking to our audience. It may not be your fault. However, it is your responsibility to tend to it. It's your responsibility to partner with God with healing it, so that you can become the best version of you that's possible. So it is your responsibility to tend to your ish or tend to your trauma, right? So that you can be the best version of you. So, Kevin, this song speaks to everything, man. So thank you so much for being in a space, for yielding yourself in a space that you can put these words to paper, and then put these words to a melody, and then put these words in a song. Man, sir. So yes, so stick around. We're gonna play this entire track. It is that good. It is that good to the earth. So it's also, if you could, I think, is it on YouTube as well, Kevin?
It is on YouTube. It's on iTunes. It's on all digital platforms. So the video that you're going to show is the unplugged version of the song, and it features Jason and myself. So it's a beautiful piece.
Man, listen, this song is called "One Day You Will Heal." And man, this lyric is "One day you will heal, and that's all you will remember." It's such a beautiful idea. And so it is possible, it is attainable for all of us that are watching and are viewing this. It is important, again, that we just tend to our personal trauma and partner with God with dealing with our ish and become the best version of us. Kevin, thank you so much for being a part of Moments of Clarity, man. You are an inspiration. You are definitely an artist at
Thank you so
heart,
much,
man.
brother.
And I salute you. I celebrate you and all of the essence, man, that makes up you, man. You're such a dope soul. So I just appreciate you. I applaud you, and we'll be standing by as you get ready to do new music or new projects or whatever you decide to do. Just always know, man, you have a platform that you can come and talk about it and talk about some things that you may have new. You're always welcome on this platform, man. I love you so much. I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, bro. Love you too, man.
Yes, sir. So listen, guys, as we leave, we do have a show on this coming Thursday with two more artists, Cornelius Beverly and Vernon Moore, V. Moore from Jackson, Mississippi, and Cornelius from St. Louis, Missouri, two friends of mine that I've known for a while. And they're going to be a part of Moments of Clarity on Thursday, same time, 3 p.m. So tune back in. We're going to close the show today with this song by Kevin Gray. It's called One Day You Will Heal, and that's all you remember. I say the song is called One Day You Will Heal, but that all you will remember is a
That's
beautiful,
it.
beautiful, beautiful idea. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to Moments Clarity, and we'll see you on Thursday. But listen, stay tuned and listen to this entire vibe. It's called One Day You'll Heal. Let's go.
I know it's been quite the year, and you got some unexpected news. It took the wind right out of you. You say, what do I do now? Let me share these words with you. One day you will heal, and that's all you will remember. One day you will heal, oh, that's all you will remember. One day you will heal, that's all you will remember. One day you will heal, that's all you will remember. So hang in there, I know life's got you down. Hang in there, and you wanna throw in the towel. Hang in there, but you got another round and you push through. Hang in there, this fight is fixed, you will not lose. Hang in there, when everybody wanted to leave your side. Hang in there, and you wanted to break down and cry. Hang in there, but dry your eyes, 'cause joy is here. Hang in there, it's morning time, your morning's over. One day you'll be free, yeah. And that's all you will remember, yeah. One day you'll be free, that's all you will remember. I love this part right here. One day you'll see Jesus, and that pain will leave forever, ever, 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 ever. One day you'll see Jesus, and that pain will leave forever, yeah. So hang in there, I know life's got you down. Hang in there, time to put on that smile and leave that frown. Hang in there, you're gonna recover everything you lost. You gotta hang in there, so one day you will heal, and that's all you will remember. One day you will heal, that's all you will remember. They counted you out, they did me too. They broke your heart, they broke mine too. They drug your name through the mud, but that's all behind you now. One day you will heal, that's all you will remember. Today you will heal, that's all you will remember.